Hello and welcome back to another fun-filled episode of Saturday Morning Blast Off. Welcome everybody. This is Suspended Fanimation. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas. And yes, this is the Sunday edition of Saturday Morning Blast Off. Welcome. Let me take care of some business first and we'll get down to it. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. YouTube takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos, my vast video library, and pops it up here just for you. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below there. And if you can, hit that like button, the share button as well. And if you don't want to know when I'm going to be on live again next, you hit that bell down below, and YouTube won't notify you when I come on live. So what you should do is, if you do want to know that, go over to suspendedfanimation.com, check out the schedule. I change it out every week. Also, I have all the links to my social media there and all the links on my pages as well. And yes, I know I'm like over an hour late on this one. I was scraping barrels and stuff like that, looking for news. Actually, there's a lot of news this week, but you know, shit happens on the weekends there. That's what happens. So let's get started, shall we? Good news, everyone. Well, somewhat good news, I guess you could say. Hulu has ordered 20 new episodes of Futurama. That's right, 20 new episodes. Now they're not all going to air as one season. They're going to split it up, of course. And almost the entire voice cast is returning except for John DiMaggio, who voiced Bender, of course. He didn't feel the compensation was worth it and was holding out for more money. And Hulu, being the shitheads that they are, because they're owned Disney now, said, "Oh, we're going to go and oh, and thank you, Mr. Troll. You're actually going to be reported, and enjoy your time in whatever dungeon they put you in." God, you'd think they learn at this point in time, but no, they don't. So yeah, John DiMaggio said, "You guys aren't paying us enough, especially for the name recognition." This is the third time, by the way, that Futurama is being brought back over the years, and yeah, it's they're not paying them enough, really. They're not. I mean, this is an iconic show, iconic voice cast, and they're going to try and replace John DiMaggio. They're actually going to try and replace them by tomorrow for the Monday morning table read for the first scripts, which I find pretty funny. So, you're a troll, Morks, but not like, you don't post spammy kind of stuff. So, and yes, I agree, Marks. Futurama without Bender is not Futurama. So I should say without the proper voicing. Uh, yeah, yeah. So that's going to be problematic. And there's actually a movement going on right now. If you go on Twitter, is boycott the new Futurama, because until they hire John DiMaggio on. And I agree. The entire voice cast. So the entire voice cast that has signed already has signed for. They're all getting paid the same amount of money. And John DiMaggio, of course, is trying to get everyone's salary raised, not just his own, but everyone's. And yeah, I agree with him on this. Voice actors do get shortchanged quite a bit, especially when they create iconic voices. And he's been getting a lot of support from other voice actors out there on Twitter, and rightfully so. And I hope it does work out, because honestly, I fucking love Bender. I really do. And Futurama's great. I'm looking at a box set of Futurama that I've got down there with that has all the episodes and the movies and all that kind of stuff already on there. And now it's gonna be all fucked up, because if they do new ones, and yeah, I'm gonna have to get the new ones on top of that. And anyway, first world problems. You know how it is. So yeah, that's what's going on. Oh, and so last week I said that Obi-Wan Kenobi, the series, was going to premiere on May 4th. That was an educated guess, but I didn't take into account that May 25th is actually going to be 45 years to the day that the character Obi-Wan Kenobi first appeared on screens. So that is actually when Obi-Wan Kenobi is going to premiere on Disney Plus, which is May 25th. Yeah. So May 25th, the Obi-Wan Kenobi series premieres on Disney Plus. And yeah, I'm actually looking forward to that. I mean, again, it looks like it's gonna be some good stuff. Hopefully, it doesn't go down the Book of Boba Fett route, and I hope they learn from all of that. And you know, hopefully they learned from all of that. And we also got a new casting on that too. Rupert Friend has supposedly been cast as the Grand Inquisitor for that series. So if you don't know what a Grand Inquisitor is, uh, he feisty. Uh, if you don't know who a Grand Inquisitor is, what you should be doing is going over to watching Rebels, and yeah, Rebels is pretty much where the Grand Inquisitors are on that. And yeah, they're basically force sensitive people that have been taken by the Empire and perverted into hunting down Jedi's. That's what they are. Yeah. Hey, word 789. No problem. I was actually late. So, you know. And yes, Feisty, I know a lot of people love Book of Boba Fett. I loved aspects of it, but the whole thing as a whole, no. Um, I I'm disappointed in Robert Rodriguez. That's all I'm going to say on that much. Yeah. So, and also John Favreau's writing. I mean, Favreau's writing that was, oh, it was pretty rough, and I'm wondering how much they rushed it. That's the thing I got. Yeah. I mean, okay, I'm gonna go back into a spoiler thing here for a moment. When Cad Bane asks him, "Why are you doing this?" and he has no answer, that's one of those things you're just kind of like, yeah, that's you know, why? Why is he doing this? He doesn't even know why. And even at the end, he goes, I don't know if I'm cut out for this. So yeah, anyway. Um, Ridley Scott is going to be producing and most likely directing a few episodes of a Blade Runner 2099 series for Amazon. Yes, you heard that right. Blade Runner 2099 series for Amazon. And that means that Harrison Ford will be the right age to play a 90-year-old Deckard. So, see, there we go. He can make a guest appearance as 90. Never mind. You'll get the joke later. Yeah. Oh man. Word 79 says also sorry, but I'm done with Baby Yoda fan service. Oh, someone made shots fired on that one. But yes, be nice, people. Word 79 says they did rush the ending of the last. Yeah, they did. Yeah. But anyway, on to the news. So yeah, Blade Runner 2099. I'm struggling my way through Raised by Wolves season 2. I'm not covering it. I'm not going to cover it. Uh it's season 2 is just as much of a shit show as season 1 was. um and honestly, the beginning of Raised by Wolves season 1 had some promise, but then it just turned into a total shit show by the end. And this season 2 has started off with what the shit show of season 1 left off there. And yeah, I'm s- I think I'm on episode 2. No, I'm on episode 3. That's right. So, all right. What else do we have here? Oh, this was kind of interesting. So Ray Stevenson has been cast in an undisclosed role for the Ahsoka TV series, for the Ahsoka Disney Plus series. And for those of you who don't know who Ray Stevenson is, big dude, played the Punisher at one point, Punisher Warzone. Nicest dude in the world too. I met him actually when he was doing the junket for Punisher Warzone, and just really, really nice guy and tall, just a big, huge guy. Yeah. So David Bowie. Yeah, Raised by Wolves is pretty bad. Yeah. It's mm, that's all I can say. Anyway, yeah, it's one of those things I have on when I forget sometimes I'm on HBO Max and like I'm watching Peacemaker and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I got that episode to watch maybe sometime." Yeah. I am ready for more Star Wars as well, Feisty. That's why I'm liking The Acolyte is actually coming out next year as well. What else? Oh yeah. There's a little news bit here. I might as well just do all the Star Wars news right about now, huh? Star Wars Andor is getting a second season at Disney Plus, and the first season hasn't even aired as of yet. Yeah. So there you go. Thanks, Word 789. Andor, yes, the guy from uh, what was the one where they stole the plans and all that stuff? You know, yeah, Andor is getting his own series. Yeah, Rogue One. Thank you, Cassian Andor. Yes, it's called Star Wars Andor. So it's supposed to be. Remember the whole thing about him? He alluded to running Spice or whatever, and he had done some bad stuff. So that's supposed to be his early years. So yeah, I said the same thing when they announced the series. I was like, really? They're gonna do that? Okay. Yeah, we're gonna get to see a whole bunch of different things. But yeah, it's getting a second season, even though the first season hasn't even aired as of yet. So there you go. There's lots and lots of Star Wars coming our way. There really is. It's a prequel of a prequel, yes, Keith. But it's also going to have some flashbacks going back even further. So you can have flashbacks in to a prequel of a prequel. uh, Word 79 says, "Can we not see how many Bothans who have died to bring us this information?" I don't know. I think we need to see it, just like we need to see Martha and Thomas Wayne get killed again and Uncle Ben get killed again, because we haven't seen that enough. Russell Crowe has joined Aaron Taylor Johnson in Sony's Craven the Hunter movie. Yes, that Craven the Hunter. So Aaron Taylor Johnson has been cast as Craven the Hunter. I reported on that a couple of months ago. And now Russell Crowe has joined on in an undisclosed role. We don't know who he's going to play. Most likely he's going to play, Craven's father or something like that. Yeah. Well, Sony has the rights to 900 different Spider-Man characters. So Avery Arad really set himself up very, very, very well. So Avery Arad was running Marvel at one point. He sold Spider-Man to Sony. He was the executive producer for those movies that Sam Raimi did, of course, and kind of weaseled his way over into Sony, and now, yeah. So now he's making his money along with Amy Pascal on those movies. She weaseled her way into that too. And Disney is never ever getting those rights back unless they buy out Sony. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. That fucking guy, exactly. Avery Arad is one of those people that every time his name flashes up the screen, especially like at Spider-Man No Way Home, I flip off the screen just because of how much he fucked off. Oh yeah. Anyway, nice, Feisty. It's good to have you around. So, what else we got going on? Oh yeah, so there's a DC fan event that's happening at 350 different IMAX theaters across the country on March 1st. Some of them are already sold out, where they're going to be showing the Batman early. So it's going to be an early showing of the Batman at 350 different IMAX theaters across the country on March 1st. So if you're interested in that, go and take a look around, and you will find showings, or maybe not. Maybe you won't find showings. I know the nearest IMAX theater for me, actually, I take that back. There's two IMAX theaters. I'm equidistant now between two IMAX theaters, one in San Francisco and one in San Jose. So I will be talking about that in a little bit, Feisty. You know, I will be talking about that in a moment. Speaking of the Book of Boba Fett, we were just talking about that before. So Mark Hamill, was in that, or Luke Skywalker was in it. I know, spoilers and all that kind of stuff. Well, Mark Hamill was never involved in any of that. They didn't use his voice other than from all the old audiobooks that he had done for Star Wars, for the movies, things like that. They had an AI use his voice to create his speech, and then of course they used a body double. They didn't bring him in at all to do any kind of film work. They used a body double and then just put his face on top of that body double, and that was it. So no Mark Hamill whatsoever was in that episode. Um, so that's kind of terrifying when you start thinking about it. Is that we're at that point in technology where if you have enough screen time done and enough voice work done, they can take your voice and your face from a certain era and just keep using your character in perpetuity. Yeah. That's all they need to do. Yeah. Mork says, "Are you hyped for the Batman movie?" I'm not. I'll watch it, but they've already given away a big thing in the trailers, and I don't know if anyone wants me to spoil it for you. Sure, why not? So Batman, his we get to see his family, of course, murdered again. And of course, the person who's responsible for it is going to be the Riddler this time. That's what they're going to be doing, is making it the Riddler. And Batman is tracking down all of his, yeah. And the Riddler is supposed to be like a Zodiac killer kind of thing. But even though they went to school together, that's how they're going to be making it now. And yeah. And again, I'm just cobbling this all together just from the trailers alone. Um, it's very evident. I mean, just completely and totally evident. I hate when I can see this when they give away so much in the trailer. Yeah, I still remember to this day, a friend of mine and I were in the theater, and they did Along Comes a Spider, that really bad Ashley Judd movie with Morgan Freeman. And I turned to my friend who was really like jazzed about the movie, and I said, "So and so's the killer." And this is months before the movie's going to come out. It just was in the trailer, and she got pissed at me. So yeah, because I was right. Mark said, "I thought I saw the Joker in the trailer, but I didn't pay attention." No, no. Mm-mm. Why can't we move on from Batman's parents? Because that's supposed to be the whole antithesis of why he becomes Batman. And for some reason, a lot of screenwriters focus on that, just in that alone. And they want to make a psychological thriller out of it and focus on Batman rather than just making it a detective story and going in that direction with these. So, yeah. Ward 79 said there are hundreds of Batman stories out there that they can adapt from, but they go for the whole who killed his parents plot. Yep. Yep. I was actually just watching Batman Begins last night, and it holds up. It does very hold up very well. But the whole thing with the League of Shadows, making all the, what was it? Essentially putting Gotham into a depression so that they could foment the Wayne family's murder by, yeah. Anyway, uh, exactly. If I see, why can't we see Batman solve crimes? So one of the best storylines that is completely and totally underrated is Gotham County Line, Batman Gotham County Line. It's it's a mini series. I think it's like 3 issues. It's him and Deadman, Batman and Deadman solving crimes. Probably one of the best murder mysteries you'll ever read, and it's Steve Niles who wrote that one. 30 Days of Night. Great Batman story if you get a chance to read it. So, and that's all just him, it's basically a detective story, and that's what Steve Niles wrote it as, was as a detective story. But you have Batman, a ghost, and this detective story going on, this murder mystery of what they need to find. And it's very well written. So I'm a fan of Steve Niles. I got some of his books, actually, like literal books that he has written, up here. And he's a great guy to talk to too, if you ever get to see him at conventions or anything like that. What else we got here? March 11th, The Atom Project gets released on Netflix. So The Atom Project is Ryan Reynolds going back in time, uh, meeting himself as a kid, and also needing to talk to his father, who I guess is a physicist as well. And his father is played by Mark Ruffalo. And yeah, so hey, guess what, Charles Page? You have just been reported. Thank you very much for putting spam out there, and you know, yeah. Oh, you're friends with Steve Niles? Yeah, he's an awesome guy. I talked to him at one convention for like, I don't know, an hour, something like that. No one came by the booth. This is when 30 Days a Night first came out, and I was waiting for Ben Templesmith to come back because they were both sitting at the same booth, and I was going to get Ben to sign as well. And we were just shooting the shit about how he got into comics. And great guy. So you don't like Ryan Reynolds because he plays the same guy every time? Uh, I can see that. Yeah. Yeah, I know about his tortoise and the fires and all that stuff, and how they had to, get the tortoise out of there when the fires were happening down in Southern California last year, the year before. Anyway, we're off on a different tangent there. The Firestarter remake will be in theaters and on Peacock on May 13th. So we got a trailer that was released, and I'm not sure about this. I was looking at the trailer, and I have it up on my Facebook page, by the way. So if you're interested in taking a look at it, or you can take a look at it on YouTube, whatever you want to do. And I'm not sold on it because she's supposed to be a little girl, but the girl who's playing her, I think, is older. I don't know. And at some points, she kind of switches over to playing an older person. I don't know exactly what's going on with it. There's something wrong with the trailer. That's all I can say. So yeah, yeah. So I won't be. I don't have Peacock, by the way. Well, I do have the app Peacock, but I'm not paying for any of that stuff. Yeah. And I'm certainly not going to see it in theaters. I'll wait till it comes out some other way, maybe years from now. So, and I know this isn't genre, but I figured, what the fuck? Jean-Claude Van Damme's final action movie is going to be titled "What's My Name," and he plays himself, he gets amnesia, wakes up, doesn't know who he is. No one else recognizes him for who he is. And at some point, he has to battle all the villains from all his previous movies. So all the original actors who played, like, Bloodsport, the dude who played the villain in that comes back. Bolo Young's going to be coming back. Dolph Lundgren most likely is coming back. All of this. So this is Jean-Claude Van Damme's last action movie that he's doing. He says he's retiring from action movies at this point. And I'm actually kind of excited about this one because anytime that Jean-Claude Van Damme plays himself in a movie and kind of parodies it a bit, it works for some reason. I don't know what it is. It just works. Go and take a look at JCVD, which has been out for a long time now. Also, go take a look on Amazon. Amazon has a very short-lived series, only 6 episodes, called Jean-Claude Van Johnson, which is fucking awesome. I mean, yes, I believe Street Fighter is going to be in there as well. Word 79. He said all the villains from his past movies. But yes, I know Raul Julia is dead, so I don't think that's going to be able to happen. Because Raul Julia died right after Street Fighter, right? Yeah, because he had pneumonia. That's right. So yeah, unless they can, work some kind of sorcery and bring Raul Julia back from the dead, I don't think that's going to happen. But yeah, he's going to be fighting all the villains from his previous movies. But I find that interesting, and it seems like it's going to be a lot of fun. And the final thing that I have is what Feisty talked about a little bit here, in the chat, is that at the end of this month, all the Netflix Marvel series, Iron Fist, Luke Cage, The Defenders, Jessica Jones, all that stuff, are going to be leaving Netflix at the end of this month. But the rumor is that all those series are going to be migrating over to Hulu and will be available on Hulu. That's just the rumor at the moment. There is no concrete plans. There's been no announcements, nothing like that. Yeah, Moon Knight is going to be super violent, is what Kevin Feige said. So, which, I mean, it needs to be. You saw from the trailer when he's beating the fuck out of that guy. Word 79 says, but why? I thought Netflix made them. No, Netflix made them in conjunction with ABC Studios or Marvel Studios. Marvel Television is what it was. So they ponied up only some money for the licensing of it and the distribution, not for the rights to it. So they were able to, I believe their rights ends at the end of this month. And so that's what happens is they pull it from their schedule and it goes over to Disney, who owns Marvel now at this point. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure we're going to get different variants. If I see, as a matter of fact, I don't think since Oscar Isaac says, this is a limited series for him anyway, I'm fairly sure we're going to get a new actor playing Moon Knight and a different iteration of Moon Knight altogether for whatever movie that might come out from this, which is good. I'm not a big fan of Oscar Isaac. So there is, yeah. Luke Cage. Actually, I liked Luke Cage. So the first half of the first season of Luke Cage is awesome. It's once that Cottonmouth dies, that's when it becomes shit, quite honestly. But again, that's the writing on that, because the actor who played was it Black Mamba? Is that what it was? Is actually a good actor, and can be menacing and everything. He got shit direction, and I think shit lines too. And season 2 of Luke Cage, when we had that Heroes for Hire episode, that was the best out of both those versions of Luke Cage and Danny Rand. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Cottonmouth was the name. Word 789. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Oscar Isaac. It just, I don't know. Oh, and he plays this really skinny dude in an Ice Cube movie, from the 90s, where Ice Cube is a cop and Mike Epps is in it too, and I can't remember the name of it at the moment. It happened to be on TV over at my sister's house, and I was like, holy fuck, that's a really skinny Oscar Isaac. He's got a really bad, like, a half goatee kind of thing going on, and yeah, that's okay. His character dies. So, spoiler alert from the 90s. So I was going back into the rumor mill. So there are rumors out there that there's going to be another sequel or another prequel, not a prequel, excuse me, another trilogy to the latest Star Wars movie, 7, 8, 9. And I'm fairly sure this is all so there's a group of people out there that try and bring out as much information as possible about Star Wars for whatever fucking reason there is. And it's tiring, quite honestly. It's tiring. And so this is the latest rumor that's out there, is that Disney's going to be working on this. I really highly doubt that's going to happen. Yes, I know that they are stuck in Disneyland and Disney World. They have their Galaxy's Edge area, which is stuck in that 7, 8, 9 episode cycle, and won't allow any other Star Wars stuff in. But I think that's where it's stuck at. I don't think we're going to get another. We're not going to. So what the whole new trilogy was supposed to be about was rebuilding of the Jedi Academy and the new Jedi Academy. So, which at the end of that last trilogy, they said the Jedis don't exist anymore, and blah 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 blah. Blah. Anyway, even though the books existed still, so take it with that grain of salt, whatever you want to do. Have you ever heard of Disneyland Jail? I have. I've almost been in Disneyland Jail. I've avoided it. Keith Hamilton says every Marvel Netflix show always had a flashback episode to pad out the episode. Yes, they did. I've actually seen Disneyland Secret Service guys, pop up out of, trees. They come out of some really freaky places, man. Yeah. So, and yes, they do look like little Secret Service agents. They pop up in there, whenever they're going off on their Secret Service missions or their security missions. I haven't seen them recently. I mean, the last time I was there was March of last year. It was March of last year. Well, Disneyland Jail is no different than, mall jail. They just take you underground. It's all they do. And although lately they've been throwing people out, is what they've been doing. Because people have been getting so unruly at Disneyland or Disney World. Actually, Disney World, what did I just see? I saw one where there was a fight that was happening out by, I want to say by the riverboat or something like that. And these idiots strip off their shirts and are fighting. And then one of them slips and vomit, because obviously there's vomit there as well. And I believe those people all got thrown out. You get banned from Disneyland or Disney World or all the Disney locations as it is. They have their own gazpacho police. I didn't know that. Do they make sure it's cold enough or that it's at the right temperature? Because you can't have warm gazpacho. That's kind of a sin. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys news-wise. Like I said, it was kind of like scraping the bottom of the barrel. Like, other than the big news stuff, there's not a lot of news that pops up now. But there will be sooner or later. I'm sure. Sorry, Pepper's just staring at me. I'm sure once like Comic-Con rolls, well, we have WonderCon coming out next month. No, April. So WonderCon is still going on. I just saw that they are actually getting ready to start ramping that up again. I'm not going to go. I honestly, it's in Orange County. Orange County is scary, especially with the virus going on and stuff like that. So I'm cool with that. Same thing with Comic Con. Comic Con is, unless you already have tickets, you're not going anyway. So not worth it to me on any of that. And I'm pretty sure they're going to be broadcasting a lot of their stuff anyway. I agree with you, Feisty. It's not worth it. Cons this year are verboten. And the online stuff is just boring. I mean, just record your fucking content like you're doing anyway and just release it on YouTube. No one's going to care. And keep it short, you know? I say this as I hit the 35-minute mark. Just keep your shit short. That's all I'm going to say. If you're going to be promoting something, make it short and sweet. 10 minutes at the most. And, have it out there, especially if you're not going to be live and you're not going to be accepting any questions. Keep it short to 10 minutes. I mean, that's like 2 minutes of your people talking, and the rest of it be footage of what you're going to be promoting there. Because no one wants to hear any of the shit that you're doing, any kind of weird promotional stuff. Yeah. Anyway, Cad Bane lives, hopefully. Otherwise, as someone put it, his is the most disappointing death since Boba Fett in Return of the Jedi. So, and with that said, what else do I have going on for the rest of this week? Well, tomorrow I'm off. Tuesday is going to be another episode of Is It Worth My Time? I still don't know what I'm doing as of yet. I'll think of something sooner or later there. Wednesday, I'm going to be off as well because there's nothing on Wednesdays at the moment. Thursday is going to be the season finale of Peacemaker. That's right. Peacemaker's doing its season finale. Friday will be Resident Alien. That's where Resident Alien is living now, as on Fridays. And then Saturday may or may not. I'm thinking of moving Saturday Morning Blast Off over to Sundays at the moment, just because I'm still doing house hunting and whatnot, and I'm ended up having to. I'm doing open houses and stuff like that, going and looking and all that stuff, and yeah. So there we go. Word 79 says also Darksaber is not going inside the Droidka is bullshit. It went inside the Droidka. Yeah. Or maybe it's made out of Beskar. You never know. Maybe it's got some Beskar compounds in it. Anyway, with that said, I want to thank everybody who joined me today in the chat, and thank you if you made it this far in the video. And if you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. YouTube takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos in my vast video library and pops up here just for you. And if you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button down below there. And if you can't, hit that like button, the share button as well. And if you want to know when I'll be on live again next, go over to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule I have up there. I change it every week. Also have all the links to my social media on there and all the links to my pages on there as well. So, with that said, Jabba is rolling in his grave. He kind of does more of like an undulating kind of thing, is what I thought. Thank you, everybody. I will see you again on Tuesday. Until then, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, you may end up becoming a rumor from certain people that you're in a new Star Wars trilogy or I don't know, some kind of bullshit like that. Anyway, thanks, everybody. I will see you again on Tuesday. Until then, stay safe, be well, take care, wear those masks, get those vaccine shots, get those booster shots as well, and the flu shot while you're at it. And stay safe out there. Thanks, everybody. I will see you again on Tuesday. Have a good rest of your weekend. Enjoy the Super Bowl if you're going to watch that. I'm actually going to be using that time to go and shop while all you fools are watching Super Bowl. I should have said that. But yeah, enjoy your rest of your day, and I will see you on Tuesday. Have a good one, and have a good Valentine's Day as well, or as I like to call it, work. Thanks, everybody.